Today I'm going to talk about hyperfarming, and I'm going to answer the question how to build them and how effective will they be. And I had this idea because of this new Iron Bank event that you can exchange diamonds for gold. And there were a lot of questions in English chat about how effective that really is. And many just laughed that off, and so I wasn't sure. And so I wanted to do some math on it, and that's why I'm making this video now. First of all, what is a hyperfarm? A hyperfarm is an account where you farm two resources only. Normally that's gold, and then a second one that could be either grain, wood, stone, or iron. In this case, you can see that this is my iron farm, and I will use this one as an example, but of course it works for other combinations as well. Now, of course, it's the question, how do you make your farm effective? And the answer to that is iron production. You can see the percentage here, 1123%. That's what I currently have. And as you can see, the main part where I get it from is commanders. There are 3 commanders who increase your iron production. And the first one is Merrill. As you can see, I have 3 stars here. And it gives you at 3 stars 160% from his skill and 20% from production and hidden abilities. And the same thing goes for Grell. I don't have him 3 stars, but he would give 180% as well, combined together. The third commander would be Robert. He gives 18% instead of 20 in hidden abilities and 160 in the regular skills. And another thing is his 4-star, he gives 200% iron production. And this is one of the big buffs that increases the iron production that much. Another thing you can see that is quite influential is the talents. That goes for both iron and gold production. For gold production, it's even like the biggest thing. And I think that's pretty straightforward. You just go into construction and research and accept that just all in on your resource and gold. It's the same for all resources. Another part would be research bonuses. Those aren't that big. As you can see, 80%. And you can get them from the production menu here, 80%. And you can get gold production from here, from gold dragon minting. You can get 70%. Another part that is not shown, at least for iron, but is shown for gold here, are the gear bonuses. First of all, there are some collection bonuses. When you finish your champion set to all gold, you get 10% for wood, stone, and iron. And then, of course, you can have active gear for the other resources except gold. There's the builder set. You can get 50% each from each gear piece. In total, it's 100% per resource. It's not that much, and as you can see, there are some other limiting factors. So go for it if you can, but the thing I would rather go for is research gear, because that research gear gives gold production bonuses. You can get from a maxed master set, you can get 85% gold production, and then you finish your set with accessoires. The one you get from rebel groups gives 12% each, and the ring gives another 12%. The last thing you need will be the builder's hammer with another 20%, and then you have your full gear completed. Yeah, and that's it for stacking production. But there's another limiting factor you have to keep in mind, and that is capacity. As you can see, I take wood, for example, here. I just have a capacity of 3 million wood. So if I ever surpass that threshold, the farmlands, no, it's not farmland, the lumberjacks will not produce anymore. So you have to stack capacity increase. And for that, there are some factors again. The main factor is, maybe you saw it already, Robert. That's the reason why I have his 4-star, although it really hurts to seeing him being my only 4-star on this account, because he also gives 500% iron capacity, which is huge, and another 12% down here, but compared to that, it's not that much. For stone, it would be Auburn. He also gives 500% stone capacity. Sadly, for gold, grain, or wood, there is no such commander, so there you have to bite the bullet and either log into your accounts more than once a day or lose out on resources. Another small buff is the treasury run in 2. In the iron inventory, they give 30% on the first level and 10% on the second, and the inventories give 30% each. That's it for the things you need for your farm. But of course, I want to give some tips about how you can build your farm up faster. And I think they are relatively the same to a normal account. Stacking, building, and research speed at the start is very important. Getting to 25 is quite important, as you saw, but it takes a lot of time. I can really suggest AM there. When you get into a guild with relatively high AM scoring, and you get the chest where you can get the items you need to upgrade the buildings for free. Those are quite good for early players. Another thing you should keep in mind is that you will need a bank. You can store your wood, stone, iron, and gold in your main account. I did that for a while as well, but it is a big risk when you get hit. When you're even a zero castle, people can still decide to hit you just for the resources. So you need a bank. You can use your own bank, or you can use the Alliance bank or the warehouse. Another point I want to mention is called the will to live, because making such accounts takes a long time. I think this account is like 2.5 years old by now, and so you need to do things that prevent you from being just bored of like doing the same dailies every single day, and you need to do stuff with the account, and there are two main things that can help you. First of all is just like making your account fightable. For example, in this case, for example, I make the account an inf account where I try to build up some inf commanders, make him decent, and then I will maybe use him once or twice for like whatever. You have something to build up. You feel happy when you can get another awakening, when you get another commander to gold. It's not just like the transferring resources all the time. And another thing is, this account is not very good at that, but I have other accounts who do that more, is hitting rebel leaders. You can, of course, use them to pre-hit, or you can just kill the rebel leaders on your own to get some rewards when you are in your main alliance with the alts. Then that helps your alliance, and in the alt alliance it helps other alts. So it's worth it both ways. Of course, you can use them to pre-hit as well, for rebel trains or for anything basically when you need to get a certain quota of rebel fires, for example, a day. You can use them to pre-hit. Another thing, and it also counts at will to live, are the transport researches. They're not required and they take some gold, but it's so important for your well-being to have like the express transport and the transport capacity, because otherwise you spend like, no joke, 10 minutes transferring resources at times, and it's just annoying. So getting those is in the long run very effective. As you can see, I'm a bit behind here, but it's something I will be working on. Now I want to talk a bit about how much I get from the farms and then decide if it is effective or not to do. I'm getting on this account 87 million iron a day. I would get 86 million wood a day, although it's capped at 37 million. So either I have to log in 3 times a day, or I'm left with 37 million. I get 111 million stone a day and 84 million grain, capped at 41 million. And to combine all farms, I get 33 million gold a day. And 33 million gold a day is quite a lot. I want to make the comparison, it's not a perfect one, but when you would spend black diamonds on it, getting gold dragon packs, for example, which is like a source to get gold, when you have no discount, when you're just buying them from scratch, the daily production I have gold-wise is 2 of these packs, so basically 100 black diamonds a day. Of course, in reality, you wouldn't buy those packs. There are more effective ways to get gold. There are cheaper ways, even just with coupons. So it's of course not that much, but still keep in mind that gold is like quite a rare resource when you are doing a lot of PvP. And by building a farm or 2 or 3, you can really like reduce that bottleneck and prevent you from ever spending black diamonds on resources. So yeah, it's quite effective, I would say, at least for people who really need gold. For like the casual players who just do a bit of farming and maybe fight once a month, it's not that important. But for like active PvPers, for people who spend a lot in Glorious Battle or something like that, they will need those gold resources. And so it's pretty much good for every player type. For free to play, of course, even for low and medium spenders, they will not spend on resources. Even for whales, I wouldn't say that those packs are really worth it. So they should also build farms if they haven't done so. Many have. Of course, it takes some time. So when you don't have 1 hour a day and you have the money, I would still not suggest it, but it's something I can at least understand. And now to come back to the Iron Bank, as you can see, the 3-day investment would give you for 50k blue diamonds. I calculated it's about 30 million gold, which is really not worth it. That's what I make in 1 day. Of course, it's inventory gold and not like what you have at the top here. So it's a bit better, like just because you can store them until you need it. But it's not worth it, all 50k. If you like really need gold and for whatever reason you have unlimited blue diamonds, but I think nobody has that issue. Like everyone needs blue diamonds, so I wouldn't suggest to use this. But I can understand when you have alts like I have, and you think, okay, I don't need the blue diamonds here, they're just wasted, but I could need some gold, then this is like a thing you can do. And yeah, that's it for this video. I really hope it's not too long. Yeah, and I'll see you in the next one.